Good afternoon. We're live at the Turtle Hospital in the heart of the Florida Keys. We're here with Kelly, a juvenile green sea turtle that was rescued and admitted to the Turtle Hospital yesterday. And she is up for her first exam with Dr. Terry Norton. And the rehabilitation team is getting ready to collect blood to get some updated blood values before treatments. Kelly is in critical condition. She has fibropapillomatosis. She was found entangled in fishing line and she is emaciated. From her body condition, we can tell that she's been sick for a very long time. Hello in Maryland. Thank you for joining us. And collecting blood from a dehydrated and emaciated turtle is a challenge. It's a challenge on a good day, let alone when they're in this condition. They have no visible vessel. It's done with geography and just the location. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We're in the emergency room at the Turtle Hospital with Kelly, a juvenile green sea turtle that was admitted to the Turtle Hospital yesterday. Connection is going in and out. I apologize for that. Hello in Jacksonville. Thank you for joining us. You want us to raise her back? I'm going to stick a towel or something there.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, she's got it. All right.
Sorry. Just as we're helping you out.
Welcome from Sardinia, Italy. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Hello from Pennsylvania. Hello in South Africa again. Thank you for joining us again today. We're at Point Verdra Beach. All right, we'll see if Dr. Terry is ready for her. Dr. Terry Norton is our lead veterinarian. He was a founder and director of Georgia Sea Turtle Center, and we are lucky enough to have him here on board at the Turtle Hospital. So this is Kelly's first exam with Dr. Terry. So she did make it her first 24 hours. She is in rough shape. Hugs to Dr. Terry from Gustavo.
Hello. Hey, Gustavo.
Hello in Finland. Thank you for joining us. Hello in Michigan and Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Thank you for joining us today. Hello in Cincinnati, Ohio, and Land O'Lakes, Florida. A big hello to Texas. Thank you for joining us today. And you can see she has a lot of growth or epibiota on her shell or carapace. And that is a sign that she has been floating for quite some time. And again, from her body condition, we can tell that she's been sick for a long time. I don't see any barnacles, but she has a lot of algae, like a little island growing on there on the back of her shell. Hello in Kentucky. Thank you for visiting the Turtle Hospital. Hello in northwestern Pennsylvania and Woodstock, Georgia. Thank you for joining us today. Hello in Portugal and Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thank you for joining us. What do you think, Dr. Terry?
Pretty bad shape. Eyes are bad.
Looks almost like tumors were ripped off her one eye, doesn't it? Maybe with the
Yeah.
entanglement.
Definitely a possibility.
Because it's kind of weird.
Really only.
Welcome from Australia and Tennessee and South Dakota. Thank you for joining us.
There.
More friends in Italy. Thank you for joining us today. Costa Rica and Washington State. We're here in the surgery suite with Dr. Terry Norton and our newest patient, Kelly. A critically ill juvenile green sea turtle. So you can see she has what we call donut, that is foam on her underside, or plastron, and that is to help protect her underside because she is so thin. Look at it close up, you can just see how
You need it still.
thin she is. No. She also, whenever she comes out of water, she's on this very soft memory foam. And thank you for joining us from Citrus County, Scottsdale, Arizona, and Northern Virginia. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for the love from Westchester, Pennsylvania. Hello in Connecticut. We're open every day, so come on down and see us. Hello in California and Germany. We are here with a very quiet Kelly, a juvenile green sea turtle in the surgery suite, getting her first exam with Dr. Terry Norton. Hello in Oakville, Canada. Thank you for joining us, and from Palm Bay, Florida. What's on her neck? So that is tumors that you see. Those are the fibropapilloma tumors. Hello in Illinois and Watertown, Connecticut. So Dr. Terry is gonna not do a lot to stress her out, but take some of that growth off her shell, just so he can look at the condition of her carapace or shell. She's been very quiet in water. She is bringing her head up nice to breathe in water. I shared a video earlier, so take a look at that. She is doing what we call the dead turtle float, which is not something we like to see, but she is raising her head to breathe. Thank you from Oviedo, Florida. Thank you for the prayers for her. Hello in Waxhaw, North Carolina, and Idaho. Round Top, Texas. Thank you for joining us. More friends from Cincinnati and Virginia. Hello in Skegness, UK.
Oh, that is one right now.
In Elkton, Maryland. Thank you for joining us. From Uzbekistan, thank you for joining us. And I may not have pronounced that correctly. I apologize. From Coos Bay, Oregon, and Wildwood, New Jersey, thank you for joining us. South Carolina and the Netherlands, Norfolk, England, thank you for joining us. Hello to my home state of Delaware.
It's going to take a lot to get that off, so just leave it.
Okay. Sounds good.
So hello in Roanoke, Texas, and Mystic, Connecticut.
Sounds good.
From Michigan. And hello in Walt Disney World, the happiest place on earth. Thank you for joining us. From Monrovia, Maryland. And thank you for the prayers from Maryland. So she will be going back in water. Once the blood values come in, Dr. Terry will prescribe treatment for today. Hello in Denmark. And the Coos, thank you for joining us. Hello in Northeast Maryland and Homosassa, Florida. Thank you for joining us today. From Penn, New York. And North Carolina. Thank you for the prayers from Circleville, Ohio. We do believe that positive energy and prayers helps. We also know that every time someone sees the great care we're giving these turtles here at the Turtle Hospital, it helps them to care about sea turtles in our oceans. Thanks for the love from Southern California. Sherry, thank you for the prayers. And hello in Missouri. Amy, Kelly has not eaten yet, which is not surprising. An emaciated turtle like this usually does not show interest in food. Sometimes we bridge that gap, not only with fluid treatment, but with a TPM, which is an IV nutrition. Hello in Nova Scotia. Thank you for joining us from West Virginia and Massachusetts. Hello in Ennis, Texas, and Trinidad in the Caribbean. Thank you for joining us. Jody, thank you for starting to follow us. And we will continue to keep you updated on Kelly. But you can see again how quiet she is. She's very critical. Hello in Ontario, Canada, and Illinois. Thank you for joining us. From Simsbury, Connecticut. And they have those blood values running now. You see the team working hard. We are an educational hospital. We're open every day of the year. We have educational programs. You can see the educational programs taking place in the upper part of our hospital. What you can expect if you come to the Turtle Hospital, you're going to get a lot of good information on sea turtles, and then you're going to come down and have a window into that surgery suite. So if there's an exam or surgery going on, you're going to get to see it live and in person. Also, if anything's going on in our ER or our labs here. And then you get to go out and meet all of our sea turtle patients. So it really is a great program. Thank you for joining us from Long Island, New York. Shauna, thank you for the good information. And yes, she was found by somebody on a paddleboard yesterday in the Florida Keys and rescued. Thank you for joining us from Switzerland and Virginia. Hello in Fort Worth, Texas. Thank you for joining us. Cheryl, thanks for representing and wearing your Turtle Hospital logo shirt. I know I see them. I get pictures from people in them from all over the world. And that is a great way to support us and show your love for the Turtle Hospital and the turtles we have here in our care. Hello in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you for joining us from Minnesota. Elizabeth, you have not missed a lot. Dr. Terry did a physical exam, just looking at the body condition and her eyes. Blood was collected. We're waiting for that blood chemistry to run now, and then treatment will be done as prescribed by Dr. Terry once he sees that blood work. Hello in Poland. Thank you for joining us. Lauren, yes, we are a 501(c) nonprofit organization. We take donations, and we also have a lot of fun ways to support us with adoptions and memberships. And you can find a link to our online store on our website at turtlehospital.org. Hello in Sarasota, Florida, and Ohio. Thank you for joining us. More friends in Ohio. Hello in Cleveland and Oklahoma. And Tammy, thank you for volunteering at Jekyll Island Sea Turtle Center. That is where Dr. Terry got his roots there in sea turtle care. Hello in Nebraska and Cape Canaveral. Thank you for joining us from Iowa and the UK. Thank you for the love for Kelly here. Hello in Allentown in the Netherlands and East Tennessee. Thank you for joining us, and more friends from the Netherlands and Michigan. Hello in Switzerland. We look forward to seeing you in September. This new turtle is Kelly, a juvenile green sea turtle that was rescued yesterday. Hello in Austria and Indianapolis, El Dorado, California, and Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Hello in Arizona. Kathy, thank you for visiting the Turtle Hospital. I hope you had a good visit here. Hello in Amherst, New Hampshire. And New Jersey, thank you for joining us. Thanks for the hugs from Indiana. Hello in coastal North Carolina and Pennsylvania. And hello in the Philippines. Thank you for joining us from Chicago. Kelly is in critical condition and is very quiet, as you can see. Hello in Glasgow, Kentucky and Australia. Thank you for joining us. We have our Turtle Hospital shirts. We have all kinds of cool shirts. We have sun shirts and short sleeve shirts, tank tops for the summer, and they're all available on our online store. And you can find a link to that store in our bio, and also you can find that on our website at turtlehospital.org. That's O-R-G. And I believe there is a click-through button at the top of our Facebook page on our profile. Thank you for asking. Hello in Nova Scotia and Maryland. Hello in Western Maryland and City of Gate in California. Hello in Minnesota and South Africa. Thank you for joining us. So when a turtle is critical, yes, our goal with every turtle that comes into the turtle hospital is to rehabilitate that turtle healthy enough for release. A turtle like this would take a very long time, as you can imagine, but we try very hard with all of them. Kelly is scheduled for a CAT scan at the local human hospital tomorrow, and we are praying that she does not have signs of internal tumors. Currently, we do not have a way to treat internal tumors, so if she does have internal tumors, she would be humanely euthanized. So cross your flippers that all that goes well tomorrow morning. Thank you for joining us from Ina, Florida, and Sarasota. Thank you for joining us from Michigan. And Leslie, thank you for visiting us. Kelly is debilitated. She has fibropapillomatosis, which is that disease that causes these horrific tumors to grow. You can see them on her eyes and her soft tissue. She was also found entangled in fishing line. Hello in Germany and South Africa. Thank you for sending the turtle love. Hello in Yellowstone. Thank you for joining us from California. Kelly did have treatment yesterday. She had treatment at intake. Dr. Terry prescribed medications and fluids based on her blood chemistry, but this is her first physical exam with Dr. Terry. That's a good question. Thank you for asking that. Hello in Butler, Pennsylvania. Thank you for joining us. Nikki, thank you for the support on the online store. We appreciate that. How long can they be out of water? Well, they can be out of water for a long time. Sea turtles breathe air like we do. You could see her just now take a breath. If she's out for any length of time, we make sure her eyes are lubricated. We have had turtles in the emergency room for up to 2 weeks, dry docked. Fortunately, Kelly is able to go in water and is able to come up for breath, so she is in very shallow water. Hello in Naples, thank you for joining us. In South Texas and Maplewood, New Jersey, thank you for joining us. Dorothy, Kelly is a juvenile green sea turtle. Hello in the UK, thank you for joining us. Thank you for the love and strength from Israel. Hello in Ohio, thank you for joining us. And from the Philippines, thank you for joining us. From Michigan. All right, it looks like we have that blood chemistry hot off the press. Not yet?
30 seconds away.
30 seconds away from her blood chemistry. Thank you for your patience. Hello in Los Angeles. Thank you for joining us. And will you treat her?
Yep.
We have
Yep.
to that. Yep. Okay. Thank you for joining us from Virginia and Huntingtown, Maryland. Thank you for joining us. The tumors will be removed if she passes her CT exam tomorrow, meaning if those CT images do not show signs of internal tumors, she has a long road in rehab to get her strong enough for surgery. As you can imagine, we need to get her up to a healthy weight and good blood values, which will take time. But we work with every turtle, no matter how critical. And we have had success stories, so Cross your flippers. That CT tomorrow, that imaging is going to be the first big thing with her. It's a good sign that she made it through the night. Welcome from Newport, Rhode Island. Thank you for joining us. And from Florida, thank you for joining us. Hello in Chicago. Thank you for the love, and thanks for the love from the Philippines. Wow, you're at 3 a.m. You need to get to bed. No, thank you for joining us live. So we do see a large population of these green sea turtles with the tumors, that fibropapillomatosis. Over 50% of the green sea turtle population in and around developed islands around the globe in warmer climates, they're seeing these tumors. So Australia, Hawaii, parts of Africa and the Caribbean, Cuba, the Florida Keys, Texas, and other parts of Florida. So there are a lot of these juvenile greens with the tumors, and we're just fortunate that we have a means to help these turtles with tumors here in the Florida Keys. That's a lot of what we do are the surgeries removing tumors. Hello in San Antonio, Texas, and from Orlando, thank you for the prayers. Hello in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. We are here with Kelly, a juvenile green sea turtle rescued yesterday in the Florida Keys with Dr. Terry Norton, who just did an exam. We just collected blood work and got that chemistry, and the team is getting ready to give her treatments for the day. Hello in Pennsylvania. Thank you for joining us. And from Indiana and Mississippi. Thank you for the prayers from Ohio. Tara, thank you for the stars, and hello in Arizona and Ontario, Canada, Albany, New York. Thank you for joining us from the UK and Wisconsin, from Michigan and Idaho. Hello in Brazil. In Stockholm, Sweden, thank you for joining us. Hello in Bahia, Honda. I hope all is going well there. Thanks for the prayers from Georgia. They getting treatments ready too? Yeah. Okay. So they are getting treatments ready. And you can see there is a group here, one of our educational programs that is coming through the center now. So the turtle was not found on a paddleboard. The turtle was found in the sea by somebody that was paddleboarding. So they noticed this turtle entangled in fishing line and contacted the Turtle Hospital Stranding Hotline, and we worked with them to rescue this turtle. And they brought it in on their paddleboard, and we met them in the Turtle Hospital ambulance. So that's a good question. She was not found on a paddleboard. Hello in Windermere, Florida. Thank you for joining us. And thank you, Kelly, for the shout out from Pennsylvania. Thank you for joining us from southeastern Oklahoma. And Yorkshire, UK, thank you for joining us. And the brown stuff on the back of her shell is algae. And again, if you've been following Harlow's story, this is a similar case in that we're not going to take all that growth off right away. I don't know if you can see how thin she is, but she is very delicate, her body condition. And when they're this thin, they can tear. Their shells can actually separate their shell from their plastron, the bones on the underside. The sternum can poke through the heart. I mean, we've seen horrible things happen with turtles that are this emaciated, so the handling is very critical. Hello in Oklahoma and Ohio. Thank you for joining us. And Perdido Key in Florida. Thank you for joining us. In Orange Park and West Palm. Thank you for the shout out for the turtles. She's not sedated, so that's a good question. She is just this quiet. She's that sick. And sometimes people come across a turtle like this in the wild and think they are dead, because these reptiles, they can live through a lot. They're very resilient animals, and they will just have minimal movements most of the time just to breathe. but she is alive. Harlow is continuing to eat well for us. Her blood glucose is more stable than it was, but not perfect. So we are still giving her treatments. But she has a hearty appetite and is showing good signs clinically, behaviorally, and water. She looks good. So we're cautiously optimistic with Harlow. Thank you for asking. Hello in Mississippi and Cincinnati, Ohio. Thank you for joining us. Hello in Middleburg. Thank you for joining us. Can she eat? Well, she has not eaten yet, which is not unusual for... Oh, it's not unusual for a turtle that is this emaciated, but Madison just told me that she did show some interest in food today.
Excellent, thank you.
So she is going to get some fluid treatment. IV. Hello in Louisiana and Florida. Thank you for joining us. Hello in Naples. So right now she's getting some subcutaneous fluids, and she also will get some IV fluids. How's her chemistry look, Dr. Terry? Compared to yesterday, it's a little worse. Okay.
Pacifiers are going to go to BID treatments, and that's the biggest thing. Her PCD and total solids is real high, so she's very, very dehydrated.
Okay, and that uric acid, her kidneys are probably shut down.
Could be kidneys or it could be dehydration. So, but if we can't get it resolved with fluid therapy, then it's probably kidneys are involved. It might be a combination of them.
So hopefully this fluid treatment will help. Hello in Buffalo, New York. Thank you for joining us. Kim, thank you for the love. Hello in Southern Oklahoma. In Claremont, Florida. Thank you for joining us. From Hamilton, New Jersey. From South Africa, thank you for joining us. And from Daytona Beach. More friends in Naples, thank you for joining us. Hello in Wisconsin and Montreal, Canada. Thank you for joining us. And Buffalo, New York. Hello in UK. Elkridge, Maryland. Thank you for joining us. Hello in Fort Worth, Texas. Savona, New York. Hello in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm sorry you couldn't hear Dr. Terry. We don't have a mic. I tried to hold the phone as close up as possible, but he said the blood values look worse than yesterday, unfortunately. And we are trying, we're going to increase the amount of fluid treatment to twice a day. The uric acid has gone up, which is not a good sign. Thank you for joining us from Syracuse, New York. In Arlington, Virginia. Hello in Puerto Rico. Thank you for joining us. We're going to stay live just for anybody interested so they can see this IV fluid treatment. No pressure, Maddie. So again, those sticks, IV sticks are a real challenge when they're this dehydrated, but critical to get those fluids in IV. Hello in Palm Coast, Florida and Wellington, Florida. Thank you for joining us. From Henrietta, Oklahoma and Pasadena, Maryland. Thank you for joining us. Hello in Chardon, Ohio and Phillipsburg, Kansas. Thank you for joining us. You can see how skinny her neck is with that neck out for treatment. And someone asked if she was sedated, and she's just so quiet because of her condition. Hello in Kent, UK. Thank you for joining us. All right, so there are her treatments, and if you haven't already, take a look at the video of her in water. It's going to make you feel a little better. It's really hard to see them this debilitated, but again, we do everything we can to try to bring them around, and she is getting the best care possible here at the Turtle Hospital. She's getting daily blood work, and she'll now get fluid treatment twice a day. So what percentage return to sea? Well, it really depends on what their ailment is. But for example, last year we received 108 turtles into the Turtle Hospital, and 81 turtles were released last year. So that will give you an idea. Thank you for joining us from Dexter, Michigan. So they are going to take Kelly back to her pool. Again, thank you for joining us, and we will keep you updated. We will give you information on our CAT scan tomorrow. And we couldn't do what we do without you, so thank you for all the support and love and prayers. Again, I will also share a link to the online store to make it easy for you. You can just click through. And all the proceeds from our online store go to support the care here at the Turtle Hospital. So thank you, Dr. Terry and team, for all the good care with Kelly. And join us tomorrow for an update.